Hey, he said, is it too late now to say sorry? This is what he said. The desperation to score a goal sometimes makes us make mistakes. I want to apologize to my teammates and also to the fans. I made a mistake. Forgive me today. If I hadn't been sent off, I'm sure we would have gotten the 3 points. The team deserves congratulations for today's games. Okay, so he said he made a mistake like 3 or 4 times, Ale. But is it forgivable? I mean, it's very unreal, incredible to see this in modern football.
Well, look, we can copy and paste from the first segment what I was talking about in terms of club president for America, telling the fans how sorry he was and how apologetic they feel and this, that, and the other. Here comes Neymar and puts out exactly the same sort of statement, and that doesn't do anything for me, and it shouldn't do anything for the fans either. All of this from Neymar has become a circus for years now, and so this is one more thing to add to Neymar's legacy that is so intertwined between success and failure, between a great player and underwhelming, between frustration and incredible individual talent. All of that is the legacy of Neymar. This is just one more thing, one more of those things from Neymar that you kind of go, why? Why do these things keep happening?
Yeah, but you're absolutely right, but this is just on another level when you look at the context of where Santos is today. They're 18th in the Brazilian First Division. They're in a serious threat of being relegated. Could you imagine that when you get relegated, it's with Neymar Jr. coming back at 33 years of age? You're supposed to be the prime player for you to win trophies, and here you are getting relegated with Neymar Jr. in a year before a World Cup when most would have said, this is the perfect story for Neymar. You do well in Brazil with your hope. When you think about the narrative, when you think about the scripts, it's one of these Hollywood things. This makes sense. New coach comes in, and Ancelotti, he can use some creativity in that midfield, in that final third. Neymar can fit the bill. But it's been one after another with Neymar, and I would have assumed it would have been injury related, not like this. 2 yellows, 2 stupid yellows, and you get sent off and you put your team in a position, not like this. I could understand the baggage that comes with Neymar. It's the off the field discipline, right? It's the fiestas, it's the carnaval, the jokes. Okay, it's the injuries. Okay, but things like this, that when you're on the field, you're doing things like this to stay off the field. That's incredible.
So you were saying how this is kind of like a Hollywood script, right? Just to add a little bit more drama, you said Santos 18th in the league. They've lost 7 of their last 11 matches. This red card, this could have meant Neymar's last game, because this obviously puts him out of that game against Fortaleza on Thursday. And he would only be able to play for the club again if he extends his contract before the league's resumption in July after the Club World Cup. So when it comes to what we've seen from Neymar and his return to Santos, if there was one word, Ali, you could use to describe it, what would it be?
Predictable. Unlike Herc, I never thought this would work. Look, the fall of Neymar has been deep. And I mean deep, free fall, quick. Neymar, and some may forget as to how good of a player Neymar was at his very best. He was the heir apparent to Messi and Ronaldo. As they moved on, Neymar was supposed to be the next one. And that never materialized. That never actually happened. That never came to fruition. And it's not for a shortage of talent. It's for all the other things that come with Neymar. You say that baggage. That baggage is something special. It reminds me of the movie Coming to America, when the Kingdom of Zamunda, when they get 2 queens, and it's a whole row of bags that are coming. That's what Neymar brings with him. And you cannot expect something different from Neymar. If he was doing this sort of nonsense at PSG, when all the expectation was with him, when all the pressure was with him, and him coming back to Santos, look, the story was, I suppose, Hollywood script, but it wasn't real. Because You thought, okay, here's where, he takes 2 steps back so that he can really spring forward. No, this is when he actually goes back to what he is at his core. And his core is a very talented player, but man, he's got a bunch of issues. Bunch of issues.
Right.
And fitness is an issue now. And coming back from injuries is an issue. And knee injury is a problem. And for Brazilian fans, and let me just say, for those of you that are there that are Brazilian fans, to think that the difference between Brazil potentially competing for the World Cup in 2026 and winning the tournament is Neymar or not, you have zero idea what you're talking about. Nonsense. Neymar being part of the Brazilian national team is not a good thing. You're thinking of Neymar 5 years ago. You're thinking of Neymar 10 years ago. Today's version of Neymar does not have any room in that team. And that's a team that needs creativity in the attack.
Yes, it does. And that's why I think there's still a chance, because this Brazil team and what they've been as of late, my word is incomplete. I still feel this is incomplete. You saw the goal production. He's got six goal productions, 3 goals, 3 assists in 12 games. If you can get him fit, if you can get him right, he's still 33 years of age. I'm not saying he's going to be that player that Ali's mentioned in the past, because I think that's gone. That boat has sailed. But if you can get something in this pool of Brazilian players, this Brazilian team, I think there's still much more to be written. Even at his 33 years of age, this next year is going to be crucial, not only for Neymar, but for Brazil.
Well, can we at least agree that he is not in a position that he can be a catalyst for Brazil?
Yes,
Right,
absolutely.
right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of flavor here and
Yes,
there, but
absolutely.
cannot be a catalyst
Not
for
with
Brazil.
what we've seen.
Right.
Not with what we've seen.
Yeah, it's disappointing. If I would have to pick a word right now, it's disappointing, because I did expect a little bit more.